Chairman Wontumi minya galamsey. Chairman Wontumi na minya galamsey da.
I can now confirm that at the conclusion of our investigations,
Anadia, Pasia de galamsey say Chairman Wontumi anya no kra.
Yes, someone for you now kwaba ebium emma dwumadie so atnasia. Ensama ekoso ewo o my Ghana mu as usual. Yede ni nyina ebre ahefo His Excellency John Mahama in Sembebre and a free president asoye e banamon for kase within 3 to 4 months NDC eba banmo no ense wo mo ye slow niema na lanko kufuado past government no wo mo disika enti wo mo nya fast na prosecution no and start se me no kase prosecution na start ama attorney general wababonti di Sembebre aba tudwa quick one. Yebere ho na fe no bibia aye kamaka but answer na commander yebere ansem no no we dey kitua bi
of course
and the story na nkasa wo ho but then we dey me be say ye di twam kwa
okay
eye Chama Wontumi
of course
or in Sembebre e na aba betudwa o se wo no onye galamsey e wo my Ghana mu da
of course
into the kitua bi be 30 seconds yenkotie nsama Chama Wontumi area tudwa what challenge His Excellency John Mahama ene na banye koba abusia and somewhere che papa
Omuba no mo ka galamsey asem. No mo ka galamsey asem. Anadia, ya Pasia de galamsey say Chairman Wontumi anya no kra. Chairman Wontumi minya galamsey. Chairman Wontumi na minya galamsey da. Mo kro mu ni ba bia mo wo no Chairman Wontumi me na me ya man no ho. Ayantro and a minister no ocha. Ayantro. I have a legitimate license list, but I don't cry me human. I didn't think I would draw. I didn't actually. Me say, Muka Samuba, Mubet Mide. Now watch here stopping galamsey. No matter say, John Mahama was who the state of emergency they back for 1 year. But who party for now, Omoya galamsey no. Omuna say, Omon pray. I'm a first state of emergency no efama anya me Chama Wontumi and America such Chama Wontumi me yabonia family court me so semra
okay commander
Roger
and then some no doson but then and some Chama Wontumi dia today
of course
if I say you ram kitua bi o se galamsey onye bi da
Roger we asem sebe but ma me da wase na me nchahwefo na fe yen hyase na yenim komo
obi bisa se onim die nti Chama Wontumi da so ne nam Ghana.
Well, Director, a very interesting question, but I'm 7 years say, Emran ye di adwuma.
Okay.
Nti na am no guso kasa no. Emran nya nchewa, obeka se emran bo se emran so mu a. Wan kasa beje dum se ampa emran ye adwuma. Director, Chama Wontumi nkoma odi. Menyi ni se obia ni oman we mu a se bi oya ade bi na enye na wonche no obeka se ono pa oye. Director, I agree say obia be defending him because Chama Wontumi Minister Baba Jim Commemorated afa on the campaign. It's Chama Wontumi feels like I was say Oba Bonte Baba defending. But baby I am then say Chama Wontumi say ono galamsey na nkasa on so director enunti no emete. I agree on so enti enei minister ka say omo evidence ka omo dey start omo investigations. Omo seizing the bank accounts. Omo freezing the bank accounts. Freezing the company in the bank accounts. Omo go see investigation to say ewie na ebubo na on so galamsey so ediama mra no eni nini.
Ena enso no beto dwa sa no se nsama Chama Wontumi ka so no o list but then say kwa no waje adwuma no
of course
but say I think some minister no ka che say wo yi nanima shamanfo no mo adwuma no ma
ehona na me ji minister asem na department say Chama Wontumi say o mining list but onu kwa waje go to onya adwuma director he was trying to be so smart time and who say you see 2024 ma about one a whole of situations no and e bia Chama Wontumi decide say the minister ne kan no obeyi na nyim dia hye minor companies nkrofon kitenkete me de hama mungotu mutu a week momra me 250 kilograms of gold week momra me 300,000 Ghana cedis momra me say na all jisika no enti ono ne dia asase na ma wo mo provide wo security ne niema but onkoto no site ko and he is not working in the forest, but they are working in his name.
Yeah.
Director, conclude. Chama Wontumi onye galamsey according to Onwanka. Director onye galamsey.
Megasa ona woka.
Director there be enti yen so ne so yen nyintum say onye galamsey.
But ebre no so a
nti ebre ne so a minister ne say so much nkrofo. Sa different 6 mining sites no. Omo chi nkrofo na obo ni nyina. Enti omo de omo ye investigations. Sa nkrofo no adinkan aka. Sa kodu court na nkrofo ne sa aka se Chama Wontumi ene de hamai se yen kotu a. Na wakoko to akwa kyerem say ono onye galamsey na gold kra wagye to wo manwem.
Okay.
Director, we cannot entertain sa insensem we. Eduru bia o ka de agro keke na okoni ba bi. But the fact no and I say the fact of the matter is say court ebe decide ebe hu ba bi ebe kwa akusi.
Amanfo se NDC aban.
Yeah.
Oma mra no ne Chama Wontumi ani a Ghana fo bi abubefu pa.
Yeah, of course.
Because ekoba se Chama Wontumi wa mess niema up.
Yeah.
Galamsey no ense wa involve o ma ye hwehwe ni nsemu.
Yeah.
Na fe no Chama Wontumi asa ba bonten. Awa be challenge mo. Na all of a sudden ye be hu na asam no akwa foolish case a. Ghana for no ense da mu John Mahama ban.
Asem ni nyina no because the word Chama Wontumi before election or kansem efa NDC ehu. Na after election Director yakwa chi nkrofo a Yesu se eye ne nkrofo na still one aban no eye dede o kan se mbefa aban ho se aban na ntimi am prosecute no ama justice am prevail a Director obesa ababonti na de obeka no ebe chewe Director we are expecting say ema aban no emfa obi ntu tankuruwam but emra ne de eni obi ani.
Okay. Quick one yemfi ho na enko next story so.
Yeah.
Enya ntiesa His Excellency John Mahama wa take move bi na me won news no as ebi mani age ebi mo so kan sem bebre quick one Supreme Court no e de na si ho
wo Roger we dem say a very good news e de Ghana for bi mo na ebi mo so bonyu so kra ni nyina ne say mampani anominate 7 justices e de mo e ko Supreme Court wa say ye ji wo tuma finally wo so kopiem na amakwa koye adwuma e wo Supreme Court according to said ye mampani ne krata no esi etie na onim say encheye e na mampani e suspended chief justice e na oma Justice Bafuboni e take over as acting wa sha say eye adwuma kakran yakoda sorry na mampani ne krata ababonte asa de meka na wa kire mu say 7 justices ya omo ewo court of appeal mampani peja omo posum e do omo ko Supreme Court wa ye twen say approval e baba say ya approve omo from appointment committee we are omo kwa kupimo Supreme Court na omo kwa koye adwuma say current judges are omo Supreme Court no omo 13 into 7 no kwaka ho a na akwa koye makoma ko 20
and 7 no for a room
Director the edin kan justice said Dennis Dominic Ejay second Justice Gwel Simon Suri Barry second third Justice Senyo Zamafe and a fourth on the list Justice Kwekutewia Akabuafo afa fifth on the list Justice Philip Bright Mensah and a onunso achine Justice Jana Pare Battles Kojo it was and a last one Justice Afisata Amali Boba
okay
wait 7 appeal court justices yes said here mampene yi omo say omo ko Supreme Court na omo ko bo adwuma as Supreme Court justices na omo famwa o my Ghana
say no afa na prosecution no e ba be start
of course
on say American kase na manfo bisa sa question no say His Excellency John Mahama ase o chedodo because nkofo bi o ha e o say ye prosecute omo san say omo wi o man sika na ya te say mampani ayi 7 judges omo eko Supreme Court akwansem bebre but o say sansemi no na bi di nsemi betu dwa
Director earlier na bi di nka di nsemi betu dwa say omo ehuni say mampani pese Supreme Court ho no oma NDC judges no any MPP judges pe and at this stage mampani pese odi bi beka ho na o yi MPP fo ni bi film Director the question I was asking is say Supreme Court ho no you want people for any when this for that was my question but assembly nyina say opel etoda bia we should agree to the fact say upon adwuma omoya omo betimi aye impartial ni nyina chi no etoda omo interest e wo baby but sign a constitution can writer They are not making it and say a human and nipa. It is within the constitution and our form. The right of Supreme Court, the attorney said Ghana Constitution and can say any specific number of justices are better say bia e was say any part 10 any part 20 there be Supreme Court say a constitution says Supreme Court should have at least not less than 9 judges. Supreme Court and any say less than 9 from 9 e cost nti ebet my 20 ebet my 30 nti se si amunu gusu ke so omo 13 nti mampani the 7 e can provided say 7 no omo qualify say omo ko Supreme Court assembly nyina no
enti amanfo say aha say na minority no MPP for omo bebo shake no because judges ya by there prosecution na e ba start
because the right say si amunu gusu ka say say judges no so omo tena asem so a eya na Supreme Court no say ye di asem no High Court ye di no Court of Appeal ye di no ba bia Supreme Court e Wontumi say court ketua di asem bia na asem no ko Supreme Court Wontumi say obe dane asem na court ketua ni di ye no na Supreme Court mom am different ruling eno nkoda nchen director say Supreme Court e judge for mbekwa akotena asem so adia eya na normally no ye nyina say de eni no say de bia ka unanimous decision ya be ko na bia ya yi judges 5 ya yi judges 7 ya yi 9 enti ye bia baby adodo ne be ko no director e ho na asem no eko enti in this case already you were 13 Chief Justice Gache Chokono or is suspended enti Justice Bafoboni at take over say kobase ne ye da so Supreme Court ono no be appoint judges 7 we ko 13 20 or every right to say out of the 20 obia oboni din eyi no enti ebia na trust e was hard judges we mum say omo soso omo ni madwuma pa omo be kwa kobo ayam wi so omo go na ye hwe say omo benya approval na omo kwa koye adwuma
yentu fa na enko this video emra Attorney General ni wofu pa na edobo hensensem no ense minim ohwa ono no omo bedi cardinal statue
right baby e ko ne de say ono ne de dem say they say almost say evidence no aye imbo ena adubu ahena nkrofo a eben no na omene ne ben ajetumi say ombekwa akogina adaka mo court e di adanse atia no
enti Attorney General de nsem ni nyina tudwa wo de ye ntiemra yekoba commander de nsem ni nyina beto aso
one agenda 111 hospital going into one person's pocket. I can now confirm that at the conclusion of our investigations, that is exactly how much he stole from the taxpayers of this our beloved country. In consequence, and in exercise of the power conferred on me under Article 88 of the Constitution, I have today filed charges against Mr. Edubohi, his wife Angela Ajay-Boting, one Mildred Donko, a former employee of UMB Bank, who resigned just in time to join in the criminal enterprise, and a company called Advantage Solutions Limited, a holding company owned by Mr. Edubohi and his wife, which received a substantial portion of the funds and was used as a conduit for funneling the funds into other companies owned by them. These other companies are Vertex Properties Limited, Vertex Solutions, and of course, the famous BNC Communications Bureau Limited, which was, if you remember, that was a vehicle that was used to steal the 49,100,000 Ghana cedis from the national security accounts. Based on the evidence on the docket, we have charged Mr. Edubohi with stealing, 3 counts of stealing, 1 count of defrauding by false pretenses, another count of willfully causing financial loss to the state, another count of using public office for profit and money laundering. His wife, Angela Ajay-Boting, has been charged with conspiracy to steal, collaboration to commit the crime of using public office for private benefit or profit, conspiracy to commit money laundering and money laundering. In the case of Mildred Donko, we have charged her with 2 counts of conspiracy to commit money laundering and money laundering. The same goes for the company known as Advantage Solutions. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, my fellow countrymen and women, I am keenly aware of the criticisms that were leveled against me after my March 2025 press conference. In particular, some of our compatriots accused me of judging Mr. Dubois and his dear wife prior to filing charges, and others opined that what I said of them should have been left to the courts to decide. I respectfully disagree for a number of reasons. The first is that I said nothing at that press conference that suggested even remotely that their guilt had been predetermined. Far from that. As the Attorney General of this Republic, I am the first to acknowledge that no matter how watertight the evidence of a prosecutor is, the accused is still entitled to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. That is a principle enshrined in Article 19 of our Constitution. And I cannot go against that cardinal principle. The second reason why I disagree with those of my fellow countrymen and women who think that the matters are dealt with at these press conferences should be left to the courts is that the constitutions require that we act, at least in public office, with probity and accountability. I see these press briefings, including the one I'm having today, as a way of breathing life into those cardinal values of our Constitution. Lastly, I think that there is absolutely nothing wrong with a prosecutor exhibiting confidence in his case. With particular reference to the case under review, the diligent investigations by the Economic and Organized Crimes Office led by Mr. Raymond Archer gives me a high level of hope and confidence that, all things being equal, I will obtain convictions on most, if not all, of the charges that I have preferred today. Besides the documentary evidence involving bank statements, deposit slips, check numbers, and so on and so forth, we have persons with deep knowledge of the matter who have agreed to testify at the trial. Persons with very deep knowledge, primary persons who were close to the action, have agreed after having been, interrogated, about what they.
Attorney General.
Yeah.
Sir, minim se me di kankan no.
Of course.
Ansha Dubois. Prosecution on no me never start.
Yeah. The right away there obi kan o say ye bo udin ahyemra. Ene ye bo udin atumra. Eya na ha adwen pa. Na Dubois na omode na etia no. As it stands.
Ono kwa case na even MP before na nkasa abitwe no.
O ma twe o mo ho. Se onku di a
onku ne
enti ebi a ono ne de no nkwa no di ye. The right Attorney General ne nsamo kan se ne tofa bom nyina ne se Dr. Kwabena Dubois ene ne yiri case no eba besi enedie Attorney General why ni hwehwe mu awie wa gada ni evidence bi a wo so gada se say die asam na kwakopie mu court a o mabo o mu kwadu ya asam die na ene se say eba be hyase na director with this and I start say afede me relieved because the question na Ghana for nyire bisa ne say Attorney General da ben ene odi obi ko court
oh yeah
te say enkrofo luti ene yakwakochi wei yakohu containers ade eche yakohu wei documents appear into the question was that ben ye do obi be gina da kam say ye gi ye niam afri ne ho
na man for crase omo ya give it up e wo John Mahama ban mu
asem ni nyina
je basa me so munya bo tre say aban yi ba 3 months ni
3 months ni
ti wo de mo hwe wo
it director say see am no gusu kasa ya Attorney General every year say finally the documents are ready na babia na me den say Attorney General say enye nkrata na omaboaboa no as evidence ne nko awo omo sa wo nipa na omo ne sa Kwabena Dubois hene ne nkrofo no eben pa omo nim nsem ni mu a omo agye atum say on court issues se court fra omo ba be gina adakam ahwe Kwabena Dubois hene ne yiranim edi adanse eti omo say ampa boni we mu yeye and eho na ma me interest abasoro asem because right na chese for once yenya Ghana for a omo pese omo ye atuho ache ehwe nipa anim e ka no krekere ne se minimo bad boni we wudie because right baby a Ghana ko no say ye nyam krofo amoma start say omo so omo be hwe ni panim aka no kra kire no obe hwe ni panim na odi bibia to nchen right won say Ghana first no say obi ye bone na ye say o asambesi na ne ho nim ho bi kwada bi o me de mi nkodi adanse mi kodi adanse ye be kase me na mi di adanse mai di ni tum but it has gotten to a stage Ghanaians are fed up with corruption in Nigeria. Am I ready say they will testify in witness box? Now ya G niema from Kofo.
So when I koso dia ene adubu ahi wa wi o man sika paa.
Roger, pe nkomo ye sitie. Na ye nim say e signals bureau enko an bia corruption no cause a odi wi sika no. Not knowing say e koyama agenda 111 project no e ho sika ne bimpo e ko adubu ahi ene ne companies nsem. Nti director say we na agenda 111 the vulnerables in Ghana ya titi sika de tuato ya si e DC hospital amaye na ye ntimansi na akapam na sika na kwa kodi obi bodom kwa brane na oba bedi wan fere nti at the end of the day say ye chini di ko gina court na ye di na asem na ye japade a aban no season no the better ye gi na ye ton na ye di ne kwa to prison nobody should come and tell us say aban ni trimu odin aban no tatankofo but anya tata somebody who is so wicked to the extent say one nwini mobwafo ho one nwini se sika ikura miwie at least me wo fie baako me wo mienu wo miesa me wo die medi ene die mehye me yire ne me ma ye okay one nwini sa but odwini say I should continue stealing more na society pan ye china nobody should come and blame say aden na aban no wo force wa chinkrofo ndi o matum and baby ya me den say Elias so hwe ya abaya din kan de nsa to na japade nyina so nti in this case me wa assurance say dubo hiasem die e kosoro ba fam kra na say court bua na mani dibima ye benya sika ne bi because at the end of the day the estate no ene ne niema na aban de nsa to so right we will put it up on sale na ya tony ya sika ne bi ne de abeto aban kofesim na a car or minor bono enye sika ne bi back but this should serve as warning and farmer enei omo mkita position ni say right abon kan ni bre ya di ye obi ne no waka so wa ban de be yo so wa ban na amfanye wa we will put pressure on the government so we say onya aban ne kwa aban foforo ba obechew and I agree yen sanitize system ni nyina system no ye cleaner right nyina ho beto ye e very important
commander no or nsem ni nyina agu abishafo ye ko e be saba sisie aha right media yakra mu nyina